那今天的行程呢，我们只会在这个市区里面游览。那我们会去看这个大教堂、皇宫、圣厅广场、这个弗洛格纳公园就是一个雕像公园，还有这个加克美加伦高台滑雪圣地那这就是我们今天的行程。诺贝尔和平奖，诺贝尔，OK，诺贝尔这个人呢，他不是挪威人，他是瑞典人1833年出生在瑞典，9岁的时候呢，就和这个他的这个家庭一起搬去这个俄罗斯那里居住然后的话，因为他的这个父亲栽培他，所以就成了一个很著名的这个科学家，因为他研发了很多这个炸药其实他是为了这个科学去研发的，但是他所研发出来的这些炸药的话，都是用在这个战争上所以的话，在他离世的前一年，就是1896年他离世，1895年的时候，他就把他大部分的遗产，就当时大概是930万美金的这个遗产，设立一个基金每年的这个利息把这些利息分成5份诺贝尔奖一共有5份，就是有这个化学、物理、医学、文学和和平5个奖项。然后直到300年过后的话，那这个瑞典的中央银行呢就开始增设多一个新的奖项，就是现在的这个诺贝尔经济学奖所以直到这个诺贝尔奖一共有6个，但是其中5个的话呢都是在瑞典颁发，就只有这个诺贝尔和平奖是在 Oslo 挪威这里颁发，每年的12月10号因为诺贝尔它是在12月10号这一个，所以他们就把这一天当做纪念日所以就在这里颁发这个和平奖。奖金的话呢，看经济好不好咯，经济好利息多就拿到多一点他们是根据这个汇率的。We talk about this Forest Park。Forest Park 的话呢，里面都是这一个Vigeland 这个人他的作品是从19世纪末到这个20世纪初的作品里面一共有超过200座不一样的这一个雕刻，然后有超过600个不一样的人，就是他雕刻里面的这些人像在里面。那里面的话，这些雕刻大部分都是在说着人生的这个生老病死跟这个喜怒哀乐所以的话，你可以看到他有这个就是从小孩一直到少年、中年、老年都有在这个公园里面。
In this park, you will see 212 sculptures, and there will be 753 figures. Everybody understood?
Yes.
The artist that created it, he wanted to do everything alone, so this is very unique. It was created by one person. And he wanted to create the cycle of life. You will see it in the park. It's divided to 3 sections. You have a bridge, 58 bronze sculptures. You have the fountain of life, and then you've got the monolith or the granite plateau.
洛格纳公园这是一个雕刻公园，是由这里当地的这个出名的雕刻家，就是这个弗洛格纳。里面的话呢，你们可以看到有大大小小212个雕像，这个作品有750个雕像，然后里面的话，它有分成3个部分。第一个部分的话
After him, because obviously
Vigeland.
now he had a very difficult background. He came from a religious family, and he was able to produced this place because he had a contract with the city of Oslo. The city built for him a museum, which today is a museum. It used to be a studio, and they gave him a place in this area to put the art. For this, he had to give everything created to the city. So today, the people of Oslo is the one that owns all the pub. That's why it's always open. You don't have to pay. And the last is the granite plateau, 17 meters tall, and it has 121 figures. Seen in single row. Around it, there are 36 sculptures, which representing also the cycle of life.
那过了桥过后的话，后面你可以看到有一个就比较高的17米高的一个雕刻，那是以一件石头，就是他们从这个希腊那里拿来的，就是只有一件而已。这一个石头的话，它上面它有121个雕像在上面 ，OK， 它全部都是在说着这个人生的循环，就生老病死。
Monolith.
Monolith.
You just call it what the item is. The item is monolith.
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 Oh.
As I explained from Greek, single rock. Mono.
Mono.
One.
Single one. Yes.
Mono one.
Lithos. In Greek, it means rock. City center. The topographic center of the city is up on the hills, the western hills, which we are driving to. And at the spot of the center, you will see the world's newest skiing tower. Snow and with ice, and you are gliding, and then you can fly. Far away. Fly without wings. 100 about, yeah. Now the tallest tower in the world is about 100 kilometers north of Oslo. It's not in Lillehammer. It's a different place. No, Lillehammer is a smaller one. It's a different place, northwest, and there you can jump to a distance of 250 meters. It's very far away. 80 until 14, sorry. And it was for 434 years, of course. In 1814, we came out of the union with Denmark and we entered the union with Sweden. And we were at a union with them until 1905. In 1905, we got back to Norway, our old Norwegian royal family, from the 1300s still. And they started to rule, and they still rule today. It's a very complicated history why we exchange unions between the countries, but it is mainly because the union dissolved with Denmark and the new union with Sweden was because the war with Napoleon, England, Norway and Sweden. Then we got at that period a new king, a union king between Sweden and Norway. He was a French general. He came to Sweden and he changed his name to Karl Johan. His previous name was Jean-Baptiste Bernadotte. He was a French general, as I mentioned. He was the general also in the army of Napoleon. And he was a very proper person to be a king. He was the ruler of Norway at that period.
那在1318年到1814年啊，这期间的话是由这个挪威的话是由这个丹麦所统治，然后过后的话就被这一个瑞典所统治，一直到1905年啊，1905年过后的话，他们就回到这一个他们的由这个他们以前，对不起，由他们这个挪威的王室所继承。那这之间呢他们有战争，就是有这个拿破仑战争，就是有法国、英国挪威跟这个瑞典的战争，然后一直到了这个1814年的时候，那以前这个法国的一个这个将领，他就过来挪威这里 到了1814年的时候，终于成为了这里的这个国王。
Very beautiful one. The fortress. This is the City Hall of Oslo. This is where they give every year the Nobel Peace Prize.
Where about? Which one?
10th of December.
Right at the center.
Yes.
Right at the center. Oh, this is
10th
the
of
one.
December.
Oh, the city hall. Around the area.
And the fortress is to your right hand side.
Oh,
We'll see
yeah.
it when we drive in between.
Fortress.
We are going to stop at the main old square of the city.
Når du ser en rundkjøring med havne midt på, fontenen der. Just a second, please. I have to tell. You want me to translate? After to translate or what?
No, it's okay. You can tell them.
Hvis du kan stoppe ved den rosa bygget.
Okay? We are going to stop at this square over there and then you will get a translation, okay? This square is the very old square of Oslo. This is where one of our king at the Danish period stood in this square. His name was Christian the Fourth.
Yes.
Christian the Fourth.
Yes.
If you see the big hand in the square,
Yes.
he stood there and he indicated that the city will be here, right?
Oh, I see.
Stop.
All right.
We are back to the same place.
This is the hand.
Say please, you to the right. So it separated the west and the east of the city and the fortress. They had a bridge which we will drive beneath, connecting this fortress. Now, until the French king came to Norway, he was also the king of Sweden that time. And have you been in Sweden?
Not yet.
Not yet. You're going to be there. So you're going to hear about the history of this king. His name was Jean-Baptiste Bernadotte, and this is the name of the royal family. Don't try to pronounce it. He was the first Union king, and this is still the royal family name in Sweden. Okay? Not in Norway.
Tomorrow morning, yeah.
We have a different family.
This before we
Yeah,
come.
no. When the time we are there, then I'll tell.
Til Karl Johan. Bernadotte-gate. Så nå har de lært å si Bernadotte.
Det har de nok til mat. Det er mange kommer inte ihåg det. I will ask them. Jag ska fråga vem kungen var. Så jag heter kungen.
Du får jag.
Ska jag göra det?
Ahead of you, I don't know if you are able to see already. It's the Grand Hotel, the one with the flag on the top.
Yes.
The Grand Hotel, this is the location where the one that win the Nobel Peace Prize, the laureates, they are living in there.
I see.
Live in the palace because security.
I see.
Because
酒店的话呢，大部分的这个诺贝尔和平奖得主都有在这里住过，除了奥巴马没有。
There you have the Norwegian Parliament, built in 1866.
On the right,
On the right hand side,
the majlis.
yes. And
刚才
we
看到右手边就是这个1866年所建的这个国会大厦。OK， 这一条街你们要记住啊，这一条街的话呢，就是这里主要的步行街。OK， 你们要买什么的话都是。
So I said why should be.
This is not expensive.
It is. It is.
Wait for Sweden. Here come to Sweden. It's cheap.
Not expensive.
Oh.
You will see TGI here. You will see Hard Rock Cafe.
All right.
Hard Rock Cafe is in this beautiful castle. To your right. This is the nicest looking Hard Rock Cafe. There you see, to your right. The Norwegian Royal Palace is ahead of you. It's very beautiful. And unfortunately, they are renovating the first university is to your right. They cover the buildings. This is only the law faculty. The rest of the university is out of the city.
Ska jag stanna till...
please.
We have to stay back here.
Mention.
Okay.
House is not enough.
Yeah, go down.
Since you say not expensive,
Så där kan se restaurang. Prices here obviously they're very expensive. In Oslo you have to pay around average of 15,000 US dollar per square meter.
15,000.
Per square meter. Yeah. In the city, in the good areas. In the good areas, okay? You can get cheaper otherwise. Now, when he became the king, he was a very tough king, but he was a very fair king. He gave us the first opportunity in over 400 years to be our own capital. He said that we are one kingdom, but two countries, Sweden and Norway, okay? So at that period we started to develop the city of Oslo again. The city is from the year 1000, but we were not allowed to develop it. We were a province only of Denmark for 400 years. So we started to build all our prominent buildings, our important monumental buildings, like the Royal Palace. Are you confused? The king of the... Yeah, I said Denmark was at a union until 1814. Did you get that? 1814 we changed the union to Sweden.
I see.
Then we had a Swedish king.
Oh,
His name was Bernadotte.
very good. Oh, okay.
Are you still confused? No. Okay. So when Bernadotte became the king, he let us build in the city. It was the first time we've been allowed to develop the city. During the Danish Union, we were not allowed to develop the city. Okay?
Yes.
那他们以前是被这个丹麦，刚才有提到，就说他们被丹麦统治大概400多年之久啊，在被这个丹麦所统治的时间呢，他们是不允许建任何的这个城市，直到1814年他们被这个瑞典所占领 ，OK， 他的国王Bernadotte 继位过后 ，OK， 统治了这个挪威这地方，才开始让他们去兴建他们自己的城市。
So we started to develop the city, and this is the area you will see. You will see the area where they built it. They built the university, the royal palace, the parliament, all the prominent buildings in the city. In 1280, about 1280, they started the fortress of the city of Oslo. This is the fortress of Akershus, we call it. It was built by a king that wanted to bring the capital from Bergen to Oslo. Until then, the capital was in Bergen.
Bergen 这个地方 ，Bergen 的话呢，在以前的时候，它是这个挪威的首都。大约是从1000年就是1000年的时候开始，就是那是大概这个维京的最后一个国王那他就开始在这个Oslo 这个地方开始建那些堡垒，就是其中一个就是这个Akershus 堡垒，就是刚刚我就讲到这个城堡。 这个城堡堡垒的话，因为为什么他要起这个堡垒呢？是因为他想把这个首都建在这个欧索这边。OK， 那 Bergen 的话，从以前就是最后一代的那一个维京的国王把 Bergen 作为这一个首都，一直到1280年才把首都搬过来欧索这里。
我还去桥底下给它遮阴。